LSU wood chippered Purdue 63-7. The true Sarah McLachlan special from bowl season. Brian Kelly did some stuff to Drew Brees that's illegal in so many states, including Florida, and yet it did it anyway. 594-263 was the yardage edge here. Big whiff for the model. Purdue plus 14.5 was out there, and we gobbled it up, and we got gobbled up. Fortunately, we made up for it and then some elsewhere. LSU had to punt on the opening drive. I'm watching it, and I'm saying, all right, Purdue, good job. And then the next 8 possessions happened. And the thing about those next 8 possessions for LSU, they found the end zone in 7 of them. I had stats and info run the numbers. 8 times 7, that's over half 100. 56 to be exact. It got ugly. It got ugly bad. They painted the walls with Purdue's blood down there. And then a funny thing happened. They poured Cheez-Its all over. Cheez-Its is not the plural, apparently. You know what? Screw the press release. The plural of Cheez-It is Cheez-Its. Just like the plural of platypus is platypi. And status is stati. So they poured Cheez-Its all over Brian Kelly because it's the Cheez-It Bowl. And then he ate some of them off the ground. But he ate them off the ground and didn't smile about it. See, Les Miles used to do that whole grass-eating thing back in the day, but he was doing it for spectacle. He knew he was being watched. Brian Kelly did it as if, even though cameras weren't in the building and there may not be anyone in the crowd, he still would have done it the same way. And I respect that because I live my life in a very similar fashion. It doesn't matter how much money this company ever pays me, they could put me in the 10-figure range. If there is free food anywhere in the vicinity, it's coming with me. And Brian Kelly looked down at that big pile of Cheez-Its on the ground and he said, I'm not letting all these go to waste. Boom. You can talk in any accent you want. I understand that language. You got free food in front of you, you clean your plate, or the field, as it were. And football game was still going on too. And you know what happened after this game? They asked Brian Kelly in his post-game presser about the quarterback situation. And he did something that mildly surprised me. He said, well, Jaden Daniels is our starter. Now, Garrett Nussmeier is going to be able to compete for this job in the spring, but Jaden Daniels is going to be our starter. Now, the reason I say that mildly surprised me is because I don't know his particular angle. I just never think there's a whole lot of things to be gained by making those kind of statements before you have to, if you want to maintain your quarterback depth. There's another school of thought. 2 of them, actually. One school of thought is you say that to challenge Garrett Nussmeier. The third school of thought, and I definitely don't know if this is the case, is you say that to force his hand. Coming out of spring. If you're going to transfer, go ahead. But we'd like to know before fall. We'd like to know if you're going to transfer maybe before spring or certainly after spring. I don't think he's trying to get the guy to transfer. I'm just saying, outside of those possibilities, I'm not so sure why you make that kind of statement. January is not normally the time you make that kind of statement. But there was one other thing. There was one other little cloud that was kind of floating around the LSU program. Any of you with internet access probably familiar with the kind of rumors that were floating around LSU. I know I got asked about it at the very least hundreds of times. I hesitate to say thousands, but it really felt like that. There were some rumors floating about regarding some things that may or may not have happened with the LSU football program in Atlanta the weekend of the SEC championship game. Yeah, I had heard about him. I had heard about him weeks ago. I didn't repeat him on the air because I couldn't confirm them. And then when you asked me about him, I didn't confirm them via social media because I still couldn't confirm them. And then Brian Kelly was asked about it afterwards, and I should have brought up his quote. Anyway, very, very loose paraphrasing job here. He said, there's nobody with this team that's done anything to warrant getting fired or getting suspended. And that was that. And I believe that to be the case. So, yeah, I'm not trafficking in it. If you got evidence of anything ever, I'm not telling you don't submit it to me. We get intel fed to us all the time, and I greatly appreciate it, and we have never burned a source, and we never will burn a source, but I'm going to be responsible about what we do and don't say on this show. And there's a reason I didn't mention a word about rumors regarding LSU in Atlanta, because that's what they were to me, rumors. Your eyes would roll into the back of your head for the worst of reasons if you could see all the rumors that get sent to us. Got to be careful. Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure and leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.